Yeah, obviously great atmosphere here in the Mac Center. Sunday afternoon on CBS Sports. Hopefully we had some people tune in. I thought that we proved a lot today. I liked our toughness down the stretch. Beat a good Buffalo team. Obviously they were undefeated coming in here for a reason. I thought we did a really good job of finishing the game. Puts a lot of pressure on teams if we have leads in the fourth quarter because we're such a prolific free throw shooting team. So really loved the way our team stepped up, made free throws down the stretch. But a lot to learn from this game, and we have a quick turnaround. Get on the road against a good Toledo team as well, and no rest for the weary in the MAC. So excited. These two played phenomenal basketball. Jenna with 23 today. Bridget with 15 points, 16 rebounds, 13 defensive rebounds. And, she's really worked hard at turning herself into a phenomenal rebounder. One of the best defensive, if not the best defensive rebounders in the country. So that helps in so many different ways. But I want to give credit to Maya Babbitt, the way she came out at the beginning of the game, set the tone for us hitting threes early. The way we started the game on a 10-0 run to start the game, I thought really kind of gave us energy. And we responded to the runs that they had. So great win for us, great for our fans as well, and we'll take questions for the players.
Bridget, you only had 2 threes today, and you ended up getting 15 points. What else about your offensive game was working today?
We always talk about some of my shots weren't falling, so you just got to do everything else, move off the ball. Maya was knocking them down, so that was opening up the paint, and everything else for us inside, and our inside game was a big focus for us today. So.
And Jenna, you had that little 5 points in 10 seconds run where you stole the inbound pass. You almost stole when they were rolling the ball off the floor. Is that something you noticed on film going into this game, or is that something like instinctively that you just did?
Don't lie.
No, that's just kind of I instinctively did. Someone else said something to me about diving on the floor at the end too, and I was like, I don't know, it just kind of clicked, and it just happened. I just did it. I didn't really think about it, so no, that's not really something I saw in film.
And obviously, you two are very close to each other. Do you guys talk internally before the season about goals that you guys had both individually and as a team?
I think a big thing for us is just play with a little bit of a chip on our shoulder. Like we ended the season really well last year. Obviously, we still have a lot to prove, and a lot to play for. It's our senior year, so just kind of playing for each other and doing it as a team.
And I think we know each other well enough at this point that we both know each other's expectations and what we want for our last season together, so we didn't even really have to talk about it. We both just know.
I asked Jenna the same question post-game on radio. For you guys going to Toledo, a place that you haven't won very much, how big is a game? Are you treating it like any other game, or is there some internal motivation in you?
Yeah, every game in the MAC has a little bit of motivation just from previous years, and Toledo's a great atmosphere to play in. Definitely a game that, we look forward to playing every year. But yeah, just kind of focusing on us playing our basketball, I think we'll be good.
And 2 games in a row at home, 80-plus points. What has been the key to you guys clicking offensively? Because it seems like in the half court, there are certain stretches where you guys do whatever you guys want.
I think we've been doing a lot better job now than we did in the beginning of the season of focusing on getting the ball inside and working more inside out. Because I think earlier on in the season, we were shooting a lot of threes and they weren't falling, and our threes were falling more today, which helped. But I think focusing on getting paint touches has been really beneficial for us.
Is there anything that you've seen, Bridget?
Yeah, I think also we're kind of putting an emphasis on crashing the boards more on offense, getting some offensive rebounds so we don't have to rely so much on such a high percentage shooting. So, yeah, like Jenna said, playing inside out is a big thing for us. And then it just opens up the outside, and Maya will knock it down every time.
Question for each of you. Last question for both of you on your defense. So, Jenna, you usually have a very talented player in the opposing team every single time. You defended Chilla Watson now 4 times. You always tell me you focus on your defense before your offense. What are some of those principles you always stick by when you're defending on the ball against talented players?
Just knowing that, not backing down from the challenge, and knowing that I have good gaps and good players behind me to help me out too. And I think this year felt like more of a challenge too, because I don't think she usually guards me, and she was guarding me on the other end too. So it kind of felt like a challenge there because we were both guarding each other. But yeah, just focusing on the basics and knowing that I have help behind me too.
And Bridget, you as a post defender, not only have you had games with 3, 4, 5 blocks, you think back in that season opener against James Madison, but it always seems like you're altering shots inside. What goes into your mind since a post defender?
Yeah, I got pretty long arms, so I have to use that as as an advantage. Just kind of watching the ball and tracking it, I think, is something I've worked on pretty well. Biggest focus is rebounding for me. Just coach always says rebounding is who comes up with it. It doesn't matter how you get it or what happens besides that. So just kind of having a defensive mindset, I think, has been helping me all around.
Great job.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Yeah, Coach, I know you say every win is just one win, but I'll start with that 10-0 start. What do you think attributed to that? Is that something you talked to your team about starting out fast? Because you guys really set the tone there in the first 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, we wanted to play with purpose from the start. And, like I said about Maya, she did a great job of, playing fearless right out of the gate and knocking down some shots. And then we scored in the interior. And I thought it just kind of set the tone for the day. I thought Buffalo did a nice job of going on runs. They're fully capable of doing that, right? They've got some really talented offensive players. Kristen Lewis-Williams had a phenomenal game today. She's a lot to handle, and Watson with 21, and Cornfield with 15. What we did a great job of was keeping everybody else 6 points or less. And so, but from the start, that 10-0 beginning, I thought really gave our team some confidence and fueled us from the beginning.
You mentioned Maya's confidence. Come out guns a-blazing, hitting a couple threes, confidence through the roof. Was there a moment either in the spring, in the offseason, in the fall, you kind of saw it click for her?
No, I mean, she's a capable player. I mean, we knew that coming in. Obviously, last year she was playing behind a lot of talent. Abby Ogle and Katie Shoemate. We had a lot of depth. Jenna was really stepped up her game. And so Maya got limited minutes, which is tough for a freshman sometimes to handle. But I thought she did a really good job of sticking through. This summer, she had a good summer. And then when she got the opportunity, she took full advantage of it.
And how would you assess your team's defense? I know Buffalo got some fast breaks and points there late, but in the half court, it seemed like Buffalo struggled a little bit. So did you like that part of the game today, your half court defense?
They're a lot. They're a lot to handle. We did hold them under their average. They were averaging over 80 a game. We held them to 73, some free throws down the stretch. But other than that, I thought we did a pretty good job defensively. We crowded them. They're a lot to handle on the defensive end. But overall, I thought defensively, we had some lapses, but overall, I thought we did a good job.
Jenna and Bridget both said you guys are playing your offense a little bit better through the post. Would you agree with that sentiment? That Janae and Riley are getting their touches, but when they get their touches, it seems like that you guys are moving the ball better when they get double teamed and such.
100%. We're that's a focus for us. We've got 3-4 very talented post players. We want to really emphasize what our strengths are, and it's really tough for teams to match up with us when we're playing inside out. Paint touches are a big focus for us.
You lose Katie Shoemate in the offseason, one of the best scorers in school history, but tell me why you expected this offense to still be as good as it's been this year.
Because of our depth, right? Because of our depth. And there were games last year when Katie didn't score a lot and we still were successful. So we had some evidence of that, and then just a new focus on that, and they're carrying through.
You always schedule tough teams in the non-conference, Coach. Do you feel like those games help prepare you for these first couple of MAC games to come out with wins?
100%. Strength of schedule matters in the off season. It prepares you for tough MAC play. Sounds good. Go Flashes.